All right. Welcome to this week's NASP community question. This week we have a more leadership related question that we're going to talk about. If you've not already joined the association, click above to join and take advantage of our complimentary seller style assessment and feedback coaching call to learn what your current selling style and ideal selling style are and find that gap for your next level of improving your ability to influence. All right, let's jump into it. So this week's question is, how do I help my team keep up their activity and fill their pipeline? So as a sales leader, how do I put together the best environment to help my sales professionals stay consistent, keep up their activity, and keep that pipeline full, keep everyone happy, keep the sales coming in, keep salaries paid, and keep the lights on. All these different things. All right. So that is the question. And I'll hand it right over to you, Michelle, to jump in as we talk through some answers.
Oh, well, thanks so much. And I love, these are I love these questions that you guys present to us. It gives us an opportunity to get these old noggins moving forward and being of service and value to you. And if you're watching, please, if you have any questions, please pop them in the chat. We'd love to respond to those as well. And this one is a fun one because, again, team. So when I think of team, I always remember saying there's no I in team. And looking at that environment as a sales leader, we're creating an environment, or we are all headed in the same direction, right? So when I have a team, I have everybody who's on board for the outcome. I know what my individual quota is as a player on the team, right? Just like any athletic team, right? If I play center, I play center. If I play forward, I play forward. I'm mentioning basketball, by the way, right? So I know what my role is on that team, but how do I add value, right? How do I pass the ball, and how do I, guard or protect or whatever? So creating that opportunity for people to share their wins and their challenges and utilize the members. I remember that team has genius, right? They're not just there to make sales, they're actually there to elevate one another. There's a quote that I love that says, all boats rise with the tide. So how do I create an environment and invite people in? We make it fun, we make it a game, and we highlight and showcase everybody moving forward, right? So if it's a sales challenge, some people like to put that thermostat on the wall. Some people like to create something so there's a visual where people can participate in how they are building their pipeline and share that with others, right? You don't need to know everything as the leader. You just need to optimize the players that you've been given and let them play their role. So I would say, one, create the environment that allows people to share not just successes, but challenges, and allow the people on the team to be the responders to the challenges. You don't need to know everything as the leader. That's my 2 cents. So Rick, what are your thoughts?
Love that. And one of the first things you said was to kind of let everyone know we're all heading in the same direction. Because I've seen this a lot, and it's quite easy, especially in sales, to get super competitive and aggressive. And, I want to get all these sales. I want to be at the top of the leadership board. And as a leader, you can kind of see that happening to a degree. And it's not as cooperative, it's more of a competitive. It's like the collaborative versus competitive frames.
Yes.
So to as a leader, to kind of bring people together, sharing, like you said, sharing what's difficult, what's going well, what are you doing really well, what is she or he doing really well, and how can we kind of learn from each other, and more of a collaborative frame. I think that is huge. Yet at the same time, like you're saying, it's important to recognize people who are performing at a high level. And I've been in a lot of sales offices, and the ones that I really thought were cool and appreciated were where there were a number of flat screens on the wall showing both short-term activity that were people were putting up within the hour, within that day, and then longer-term activity, how everyone is kind of stacking up on the month, and then longer term on the year. And it's almost a balance, right? Because that is a bit more competitive. I'm competing to be the best, which is keeping my activity up, which is keeping the pipeline full, which is the outcome here. And while I'm doing that, at the same time, we want to create a collaborative environment so people aren't getting too competitive and trying to take all the good leads and keep all the industry knowledge to themselves. It's important to still have that collaborative culture where everyone is sharing and helping each other get better. So there's I think a big part of the answer to this question is it's important to keep that balance of keeping people motivated to win and be at the top of the leaderboard, yet keeping a collaborative culture where people aren't kind of keeping all the good information to themselves. They're sharing, collaborating, and in doing so, everyone is getting better.
Oh, absolutely agree. And yeah, I love what you said about and I'll share what we do. Like, we speak every day and we have a pipeline that we build, and it's not a competition, it's a co-op petition, right? Because we know that the better that our team does, the more relevant we are as a National Association of Sales Professionals. There's no competition. It's all about if you're doing something well, we have that environment. Well, we were asked, right? There's no hesitation to ask another team member, how did you do that? How were you able to get that deal? What did you contact? Because again, you think about, and what people forget is the business thrives, you thrive, right? So yes, you have a role and that's your job, and it's a business. So and then the business is your team, right? So how does my little cog in the wheel of this giant organization help to keep that moving forward? So I love where there's something that keeps that motivation on a daily basis, but overall, right, you want to recognize the people who are, consistently performing and outperforming as well. So I love that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, we have Narinder Kumar. So you commented and he asked the question. He actually said, how to sell insurance effectively. So, and I said, if you have a question, please, be willing to ask. So I told him to hang on and we'll respond. So if you have any thoughts or feedback on that, yeah.
How to sell insurance effectively.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people who sell insurance and get some great insights on this. I've never sold insurance myself. So number one is looking at who would be your ideal clients to insure. A lot of times that's going to be, I want to insure that company, that building, this trucking company and all their trucks. What are the elephants? Who are the elephants in your potential prospect base? And then also, a lot of times I'm also looking to sell individual homeowners and auto insurance and all that type of stuff as well. So number one, how do I get in front of everybody, connected with everybody so they know I exist? People aren't buying insurance every day, but all of a sudden people are buying insurance and they want it right away when they want it, right? Yeah. So number one, how do I connect with everyone and continue to reach out and connect with new people who are in my market that I do want to buy insurance from me? And number two, understand that they're probably not going to buy right now. However, I want to create some type of a drip campaign or consistently recurring event or some way for me to stay top of mind so that when it does come time for people to renew their insurance or purchase a new insurance, I'm the first person they think about. And then I'll share one other idea. One other idea is, what are events that lead to people needing to buy insurance? What are those events, and how can I become a part of that event? How can I partner with someone who is maybe selling something that's going to need to be insured and get my contact information in there somehow? How do I become the logical next step or attached to something that precedes the need to buy insurance? So those are some general ideas. Hopefully that's helpful. What are your thoughts, Michelle?
Everything you said, I totally agree with. And then one of the things you mentioned was the niche. And so I've never personally sold insurance. And I know from my insurance representatives, they who do exceptionally well, they are niche, right? Like you said, they stayed top of mind because they didn't try to sell to everyone. They decided who, if it was health insurance, it was homeowners insurance, if it was, business insurance, right? If it was building insurance, whatever their niche was, they decided to hone that and become the expert, become the go-to in that arena by participating in networking events, getting out and getting in front of the people, right? So they were the next. So I have a referral base, right? So when people are ready to buy, I'm partnering with individuals who are saying, I sold a building, now you need insurance, here's my insurance guy, right? You bought a car, you need car insurance, here's my car insurance guy, right? So again, finding that niche and becoming the go-to expert, right? In your niche. You don't need everybody, right? But to those people that you're the person, right? Become valuable to that small amount of people and you will be amazed at how much a referral means.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you for that question. And so that is it. 2 questions for this week for NASP Weekly Community Questions. Thank you for tuning in. And again, if you haven't had opportunities to join the association yet, click the link above and take advantage of our complimentary seller style assessment to find your next area of sales growth. Thank you for tuning in, everyone, and have a wonderful week.
Yes, wonderful week.